Hello guys, I'd just like to give you a lesson in drawing just with pencils. There's plenty of pencils here. I mean, they're not all the same. There's some hard nibbed and there's some softer for getting into the detail and the shading. But you can buy a variety of HB pencils, you know, of different sizes and different hardness and softness of lead. Any good art shop will supply you with them. I've had these pencils for a wee while now, you know, and they've done me fine. So, I mean, you know, it's a kind of mixture. But they've done me so well, I just keep using them. So anyway, I'll use this hard-nibbed one here at the minute. And you'll need a ruler, you'll need some rubbers, you know, just ordinary kind of rubbers and things like that. A good couple of pencil sharpeners in case one doesn't work, you know, because you need sharp pencils at all time. That's basically your kit for drawing. So we'll get on with it anyway with less to do. Now what I do is, normally I just measure out with a ruler the page. So we'll go down to say from the top to the bottom, say about 7 inches here, and mark that there. Now that's the top of the ruler. So normally I say, right, that's the hairline. This is coming down to the eye line, so it's about 2.5 inches there. Then I bring the ruler down and I go to another 2.5 there. That's for the bottom of the nose, and then just another inch, not even an inch, for the lip at the top. So just that's about the size of it there, and then down again another 1.5 inches for the chin. That's roughly what I do anyway. You know, it's simpler that way too. And you can need, this is where you need your ruler. So bring your line from the top right down to the bottom, and then start putting in your lines at the top. You know, just sort of roughly put them in here. The eyes here, nose line here. I'll give that a wee bit longer because you'll see what I mean when we start doing the oval. So the nose, that's the nose. The lips can be a bit less, you know, so I usually put them in. And a wee bit longer maybe here at the bottom, just a square here at the bottom. Now that's about it. If you can see that, the lines that I do, but it varies. People talk about thirds and etc, etc, but that's what I do, and we'll see how it works out. Now you can keep your page static if you want and do it from the top to the bottom, but normally when I'm doing curvaceous lines and everything, I like to angle my paper here. So that's what I'll do, and start from the head and just put a kind of half moon right down to the jawline, which is the very bottom line. So that's from the top to the bottom there, like that. It doesn't matter if it's going to be shaded anyway, I'll show you that. So that's that side. Then I go from this side here and do the same from there. Just bevel it right out, you know, to the outer line sort of thing, and keep it coming right round. Flatten it a bit out as you come round, and then come down into the curve like so. You could maybe get rid of the line at the bottom because we don't want a pointed chin. You know, we want it to look kind of realistic. So what I do is I can put the line further down at that end, further down at this end as well, and just taper it off there like so. And for the neck, it's just from the side right down. Just leave it like that at the minute. Leave it like that at the minute. We'll just do it, you know, freehand all the way. Freehand there. Now, then we can start putting in a bit of character. We'll do a lady's face. It's shape for a lady's face. So a bit here, down here, from there the same, right down there like that. Doesn't matter if it's completely straight, just bring your pencil right down like that. So we've got these lines as rough guides as I say. So we start maybe arching the eyebrows, round like that. Then under that is another arch. another arch, both like that, maybe even a third, but just to get the shape of the eye, the nice sort of almond shape of the eyes there like that, and just leave that like that. That's all you need just now. Now a faint line down each side of the nose, and we'll put the nose starting here, so we put just a small, like just a kind of small pip, you see an apple pip shape, I would say, and then just bring the nose round like that, and that's you got the start of a nose. Now what we need to do is rub this out a little bit here, maybe smudge a wee bit, but it doesn't matter because we're going to fix it later. So you just put a little half moon there and just a line along here. This is what I do. Not everybody works the same way, you know, but everybody's different. So that gives you the nose, or a shape, or the beginning of the shape of the nose, right? And then we get the lips like that, and we do a kind of curve round, a little bit in the middle, and then a big line from one side almost to the other. You don't need to join it totally, and then you just sort of put another wee squiggle there, and then cheekbones, and maybe the hair continuing round like that. So that's the basic shape. Everybody has different shapes and different ways of doing things, but basically, you know, this is, so every drawing's unique. Now the half moon for the eyes, large eyes, half moon on each side. Then we change the pencil here. We want another type of pencil, something with a thicker nib, so that we can go in and do a wee bit more detail like this. And when you're doing the eyes, you just do the eyes, do the shadow under the eye, and then just do it quite lightly, but mind and leave a long white line, I do anyway, for shadow. Now these are just the basics. I'm trying to hurry this to show you because you've not got much time in these videos. So that's basically how you bring the eye a wee bit to life, you know. You just put the pupil, and from there you start putting the shade that's under the lid there, and then you bring it round and you leave the bit here, as I say, for light, and that gives a bit of light to the eye and makes it a wee bit, gives it a wee bit life and reality, you know. So that's about that just now. Then we'll start doing the eyebrows, and we'll give them a nice shape round here like that. Continue the other one here round here like that, like so. Now that we've done that, we can fill in other parts of the thing. The chin here, I'd say I'd like to change it. So see, you can change things as you want. If you don't think it's right, change it. I don't think this is right, so I'm not going to persist with it when I don't think it's right. I think it's a wee bit too much. So again, on its side, and we'll make it just a kind of nice beveled shaped. It makes a difference, you see, it makes a difference when you correct things earlier, then you can get down to the detail afterwards. So this isn't a fantastic rubber, it's a wee bit trial, but I'll persevere with it and let you see how. And you take the lines out at this stage, because you really don't want them, they've done their job. So you get rid of these lines and the line up the nose and everything like that. You know, you might get a wee bit smudging, but I'll show you how to deal with that later. A wee bit in the eyes and a bit up the middle. So these are the gauges, rough gauges that you don't need, you don't want in your drawing, your finished drawing. So you've got the outlines, you can go back over the eyes and things like that again, and the cheeks and the nose and things, so don't worry about it. So we've got to this stage, we've got rid of most of the kind of lines here like that, and then we just flick it away, flick it off it's a bit dirty, but flick it off the you know, the paper. And if it perseveres, just you persevere as well. Some rubbers are better than others. This isn't particularly great, but anyway, it's doing the job. A bit perseverance and a bit line here. So that's basically the shape we're left with here to work with. So we can fill in a bit of detail now. So, for example, here where I'm not happy with the neck, you can bring the neck round and you just make that go up like so into the hairline, into the hair. So that'll get more detail later, so you know where that's gone there. So that's perfectly good. From that, the same side, the different side, sorry, we come down with your pencil onto the neckline till you're happy with that. So that's the basic face that we're trying to get. Everyone's different. People like long faces and people do all sorts of different faces, but this is a unique one. I've done other ones I'll show you later on, and you just bring the hair down and sort of make it, you know, blend in with the other hair that's there, the other side. Down it goes, the pencil, till it joins up with the strands that were coming up the way from the last drawing that we've done, the last part of the drawing. So we've got that. Then we do the same at this side. We go down, keep the hair flowing down. As I say, everybody's different. I've seen people doing even hair and all sorts of things different, you know, blocking in and using different techniques, but this is what I do, the way I use it, and I think it's pretty good to show you the rudiments. Just down, straggled, down, round. Try not to get too much on the actual face because we want to preserve that part of it. And we go down, like so. Don't be too precious with your drawings as well, you know, I mean, it's only bits of paper, you can make mistakes, we all do, and forever making them, but at the end of the day, you know, it's a good satisfaction to get a nice drawing or a nice face out of it. So we leave that for now. We'll work that with another pencil later on. I'll show you how we actually go in even more than that, but that gives you an idea of the face, the hair, and a bit of character starting to emerge. So we touch up things. The eyes especially, we'll need to put them in again, like so. And then the eyebrow there that's been slightly, a wee bit there. Let's rub it. So do that round there and then get it clear. Put that pencil down and we'll search for one that's, you know, gives us a wee bit more. Yeah, go with this one here. It looks like it's a thicker nib. It'll give you a bit more detail. So we'll go along with the shadow, put a hatch in there like that. Down from here, a bit more hatching there. Rub in, if you get a bit of shadow, you can rub it in like so. And under the eye, there's a lid there. Lid, and we just keep shading it, the lid, leave a bit of light because the light's coming from the top, and we just bring our finger round and give her a nice dark eyebrow. That brings out the eye, you see. The same with this one, just the eyebrow, give it a nice dark curve. Women like nice eyebrows, and these are nice eyebrows here. Round they go, and then again just flick your pencil from the top of the nose to the middle of the lid, and then bring your finger round just to give it like a, you know, a wee bit shading, and then do the same with the top. The line, just leave the line along some areas so that it gives you a contrast. Now the same here, with this bit shading in the cheek. Just bring it from the cheek. Do you see that? Just the cheek down, simple as that, from the cheek down, but stop about here, and then just smudge it round, on both sides like that. Now this side we'll start from here, because the shadows are, you know, it's not an exact thing. Sometimes things shift by the hour or the minute, the light or whatever, you know. So just do your own thing. Where you think, you know, natural shadows would occur. Don't be frightened to go in. That's how you learn. And just bring your finger down, and it gives it a nice kind of shaded look. And under the lip too, just give it a wee spikes out from the lip, like so. And just under the lip, just give a wee shadow. Now the top lip's always in more dark than the bottom one, so, but the exception is the small protruding bit here. You kind of leave that because the light hits it, and you get to the other side, and you maybe give it a wee turn up there, like a wee kind of smile. The same on this side as well, and then you go in the bottom lip at the bottom, like so. Smudge it in again. I'll give a little line here, because you've usually got a wee line. Then bring your pencil up to the other side, and just let your pencil ease up and do the work. And then not too much smudging in that side. Now down here, under the nose, we've got shadow. So we'll just gently shadow in the part of the nose, the shaded part. There we can be very liberal and gentle with the pencil. Just use the nib. Come down on either side to make the groove of the nose a bit more prominent. So the nose comes round, as I say, here and here. And now that's in shadow. So use your pencil just to put shade all along there. You don't need to be too exact. I'll show you how, because if you smudge like that, you put make it more pronounced in one side and then the other. But we'll see how this side works out first. Sometimes it's better than others, but there's a darker shadow lives on top of the nose there, you know. So we'll bring it down at this side as well, and we'll just use lines again, quite long lines, to give it a bit of dimension. The nose protruding, in other words, from the page is what you're after here. And then just again this shading is what you're after there. So it's coming along fine, but we need to get more detail. I could be here for ages doing this detail, changing pencils and doing details, but it's just giving you the rudimentaries of you know, drawing a face. So I'll not be too long. I mean, this is hurrying. Trust me, this is hurrying. But I've got it. So, as I say, you just do it there. Round, round, round you go. Up. Just flicking up. Nothing more than flicking up the pencil. We can all do it. Do you know where the shadow is? And it's bringing, you see it's bringing the face out. That's a wee bit. So the rubber's not too good here, actually, at the top. But we'll try and fix it a bit. There you go. That's not too bad. If the rubber's smudgy, it's just smudging here a wee bit too at the nose. But the rubbers can be good too. They can bring out highlights as well. You know, you can if you smudge something, it can actually go in and lift the, you know, and make a highlight. So, I mean, you can use them well as well. So we've got the face here of the girl. Now, here's even darker in here, so we need to go down. Don't be frightened to use the pencil, you know, a bit harder, a wee bit more leaning. No, not too much, don't be too drastic. But start going round to the Adam's apple sort of thing. On both sides, because it's both sides that are under shadow. The neck, both sides of the neck are under shadow. But when you come to the bit here, the prominent bit, that this gets the light, here, gets the light. So you want to be a wee bit more liberal, just gently now with that, gently now with that, so that we've got a curvature coming, you see? Now, that can continue, because this is the side that's not getting as much light as the other side. So we do a bit of hatching there, you know, we show off a bit of hatching. That, just down one side, up the other, till we've got a bit of hatching there. And then we bring it together nicely with a wee kind of nice finger smudge, smudging, like that, you see? And it's coming to life, she's getting a bit of character now. Now the hair there, now I'll need to change pencils again, and I'll tell you why. Because we've got enough there just now. You could bring the, you know, suggest the shadows sort of abating here at the cheekbone. You know, just bring the pencil round there. The same at the other side, just flick it up. Trial and error, it's only paper. If you're not happy with that, persevere though, but if you're not happy, you can always change the paper. So this is a drawing here that's coming alive, you know. I mean, you could put small flicks here for the lashes. You don't want them too big in the bottom, and you don't want to touch them in the top too much. And then a wee bit shadow here. So gently with your pencil here at the corners. See, just at the corners there, and then use your finger to bring it out. Same here. A wee bit smudging at the corners. And then just put your finger, let it roll round. And you've got the eyes better. The eyes have come out better. Now I'm going to change this pencil for another pencil here. This one here, that's a softer one. So what we do is, with the hair, we guess, don't worry about this bit here, because this is dark. Under here's dark, so just work away at this. You know, work away at this, scratch away. And you'll find that the hair comes alive for you, as well as it being in shadow. Because up here is going to be left more, and it gives it a kind of impression of healthy, which it is. It's an impression of healthy, shiny hair. But you've got to have the dark and the light to bring that effect out. The chiaroscuro, as they call it, where it's dark and light, and it brings things to life. So here there'll be more light hitting it. So you're very liberal here. Turn your drawing round. Don't be frightened to turn your drawing round. It's to suit yourself. Now the roots are usually a bit darker, so we'll get right into the roots from this side here. And don't be frightened to work it. You know, just work it. But as you go down, just ease your pencil. Give it bigger spatial lines as you go down, because the light, you've got to give the impression that the light has been reflected off the hair, and the shine of the hair's coming in, and it makes it far more realistic drawing, you know. Bits of straggle there, you know, dark in there. And you see how the hair is taking on a realistic life. So what we want to do is we want to watch. So I'll put a bit of paper here because it's smudging. I don't want it smudged too much. So I'll put a bit of paper here, and I'll put my hand on it, because it's, you know, I mean, these pencils when you go to the soft nibs, you've got a lot of smudging with the part of your hand, the heel of your hand there, you know. So just a piece of paper down, simple as that, you know, just rest your hand on it, and when you take it off, you'll not have as much, you'll always have some, but the rubber, I'll show you, the rubber can go into that and hopefully save the situation. You know, so every drawing, I can tell you now, is different from the other, but that's what you want. You don't want every drawing the same. You want to get a bit of contrast, a bit of experience, you know, as your own styles start developing and things like that. There's no harm in copying the old or the new masters or whatever, you know, to get started, but I find that you know, that you want to, you're pursuing your own kind of individuality, so you want to be original, you know. That's me anyway. But anyway, it's very enjoyable. So it's when you get to that stage, you again, the pencil becomes that wee bit looser. It becomes a bit looser as we go down this side, though it's in more shadow than the other side, but you don't want to put it completely and utterly dark, the same as the top. You want it to be a bit where the light's getting caught, flecks of light are getting caught, you know, maybe down here. We'll just ease off a wee bit down here and give it a wee contrast, you know, like that. A wee bit straggly, you don't want it to be as if she's just at the hairdresser's. You want it a wee bit straggly to give her a wee bit life. So I could go on and on and on with this drawing, trying to perfect it, putting lashes and doing this, doing that, doing the next thing. But I think you're getting the gist of where we are at and what we want from a drawing. So that's a female, a lady, so have fun with your drawings, like I do. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy all sorts of drawings. Here's one I did a bit earlier. That's a male. It's the same technique, the same way of doing it, but really enjoy your work. There's a wee doodle, a quick doodle on the bus or the train or whatever. Just, you know, a wee unique doodle, very, you know, for a sketchbook or whatever. Put that over there. And here's another one. This is more of your individual drawing, you know. A more modern, a more abstracted drawing, but more, you know, personal to yourself. And you can go in these and shadows in the hair, and you know, you don't need to put too much. It's up to you to put as much detail or as less detail as you actually see fit, and then you become more in control of your work. You know, you enjoy it more. It's not just endless copies and slogging away. You start enjoying doing your drawings, you know. So these are ones that I've done just recently, you know, to let you see. So that's here's smaller ones in brown paper as well. Faces, the same technique, you know, just measure from the top to the bottom. The eyes, just a third way down. The nose, about a third again for there, and then the chin a third, and in between the mouth. And the ears, don't forget, are start where the eyebrows end. The curve of the ear goes over. Even with the abstract one, it's more or less, you know, to give a bit of symmetry. So we've got all these types. Here's a line drawing that I did, just a quick sort of line drawing of a lady, again on the bus or wherever, you know, just do your own thing, be observant. Here's another one, another drawing. So we've got all these drawings to you know, you can build up a sort of portfolio. Here's one that's just, there was a lot of, you know, things stacked together and just a drawing, and it's nothing fantastic, but what it does is you build up a confidence and a portfolio with all these drawings, as you see, till you're really proficient at it, and that's when you start enjoying it. Even paper that's lying about, you know, you can observe people, a lady coming out of the shop with her kids and whatever, you know. It's all there to be enjoyed. So I hope you've enjoyed that lesson for today. I could show you more things, more drawings as well, but you know, you can do things like you know, enjoy your drawings and then maybe turn them into caricatures if you want. It's up to you. Like this. A nice caricature of a boy. Here, Tom's Pocket Billiards. We're here to join the tennis club. That's another one, you know. Just quick drawings. Some of them are better than others, but it doesn't matter. It builds up a good portfolio. Here's one I did. Another rotund young lady, but I went in with sort of dabbing colours and things like that, you know. Same drawing principle when you're doing it with the ink. These are the ones I love doing. I'll show you these. These are the ones I love doing. These are, you know, ones that I really use my imagination on. And, you know, just get right in, faces, people, abstracted, you know, just using all your imagination for these type of thing. You'll get like that. Once you're proficient and you learn the basics, and you know you've done a few pencil drawings or pen drawings, you'll actually start doodling. You'll get pieces of paper, maybe sitting watching the telly or whatever, and you just start doodling and things like that, and you come up with works like this, you know, that really sort of challenge you in a way. You know, they challenge you to get the compositions right and everything like that, you know. But it's so rewarding. And as I say, I'll come back tomorrow and we'll do another video, and this time we'll maybe do printing, simple printing techniques. So I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson, and I'll see you very soon. It's just another one. So bye just now, guys. Thank you.